House will be in order. Introductions of bills and concurrent resolutions. The clerk will read.
House Bill number 2034 by the Committee on Child Welfare and Foster Care, an act concerning children and minors relating to procedures and investigations of child abuse or neglect, requiring a child abuse review and evaluation referral, creating a program in the Department of Health and Environment for the training and payment for child abuse review and exams. House Bill number 2035 by the Committee on Elections, an act concerning elections relating to voter registration, requiring the Secretary of State to submit an annual report on voter registration procedures to the Legislature. House Bill number 2036 by Representatives Proctor, Blex, and others, an act concerning property taxation relating to exemptions, creating a property tax exemption for homestead property of certain retired and disabled veterans. House Bill number 2037 by the Committee on Elections, an act concerning elections relating to voter registration, requiring verification of the residential address for each registered voter, creating the crime of falsifying a residential address for purposes of voter registration. House Bill number 2038 by the Committee on Elections, an act concerning elections relating to voter identification, requiring post-secondary educational institutions to indicate when a student's identification issued by such institution cannot be used for voting purposes. House Bill number 2039 by Representative Waymaster, an act concerning wildlife and parks relating to hunting and fishing licenses, exempting disabled veterans from certain requirements. House Bill number 2040 by the Committee on Education, an act concerning education relating to the Kansas School Equity and Enhancement Act, authorizing the use of current year student enrollment to determine state foundation aid. Thanks. Okay. House Bill number 2041 by the Committee on Taxation, an act concerning taxation relating to sales and compensating use tax, providing for a sales for tax exemption for a not-for-profit corporation operating a community theater. House Bill number 2042 by the Committee on Commerce, Labor, and Economic Development, an act concerning self-storage rental units, authorizing the towing by operators of such units of motor vehicles, watercraft, or trailers if the occupant is in default for more than 45 days, granting operators protection from liability for damages, extinguishing an operator's lien on such property upon towing. House Bill number 2043 by the Committee on Federal and State Affairs, an act concerning elections relating to voter registration, requiring that discharged inmates be offered the opportunity to register to vote. The Secretary of State to develop a voter registration program that offers voter registration services through certain state agencies and at each accredited high school. House Bill number 2044. By the Committee on Federal and State Affairs, an act concerning the Kansas Act Against Discrimination relating to race, including hair texture and protective hairstyles historically associated with race. House Bill number 2045 by the Committee on Federal and State Affairs, an act concerning pawnbrokers relating to loans made by pawnbrokers, increasing the statutory limit on charges that may be assessed on such loans. House Bill number 2046 by the Committee on Federal and State Affairs, an act concerning marriage, requiring persons to be 18 years of age or older to be eligible to give consent for marriage, eliminating exceptions thereto, excluding certain days from the current 3-day waiting period. House Bill number 2047 by the Committee on Water, an act concerning water relating to the Kansas Water Pollution Control Revolving Fund, increasing amortization period on loans from the Kansas Water Pollution Control Revolving Fund. House Bill number 2048 by the Committee on K-12 Education Budget, an act concerning education relating to the tax credit for low-income student scholarship program, providing for additional student eligibility, increasing the tax credit for contributions made pursuant to such program.
Are there announcements? Real quickly, Representative Nguyen will be replaced with Representative Haskins on the House K-12 Budget Committee effective for January 17th, 2023. The speaker now recognizes Representative Riley.
Thank you, Mr. Pro Tem. So tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock in room 142 South, we're having a legislative Bible study. This week, we're talking about the book of Nehemiah, chapter 2. We'll have coffee, probably some donuts or something, so appreciate it if you could come. Thank you.
The speaker recognizes Representative Sawyer Clayton.
Thank you. Democrats, we will have agenda tomorrow at 8:30 in room 152 South. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Are there any further announcements? Seeing none, the speaker recognizes the majority leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move the House adjourn until Wednesday, January 18th at 11 a.m.
You've all heard the motion. All those in favor say aye. All those opposed, no. The ayes appear to have it. The ayes do have it. We're adjourned.